Now, believe it or not, this is a theme from yume. This game is really vast, from what I'm realizing. I remember the first time I hope you can hear me well enough. Well, I did some changes in my settings because the last stream was kind of quiet. But I remember the first time I was listening to this playlist of like the best yume soundtracks and stuff. And as the last theme was like finished, this came on, and I wasn't looking at this. I wasn't looking at um the screen, and I was like, did I just put like an underground rapper on? Like what happened? Was it like an autoplay thing? I thought this was a playlist, and I was very surprised. It's pretty funny actually, but yeah, okay. Let me open up the game. I hope it's not like bass boosted right now, because it's getting into the red area very easily. Hold on, let me change the filter. I hope it's not too abrasive, and I also hope it doesn't pick up background noise. Let me just quiet it down a bit. Should be good like this. Yeah, let me just keep it like this. Okay, yeah, let me open up the game real quick. To be honest, I just want to spark up a stream. Just like that. I don't even know what to talk about, to be honest. I'm not sure why the game's always in Japanese. At least I'm logged in this time. It's kind of strange. But, oh yeah, I should do manual save data, so I won't lose all my stuff. I don't have an HDMI cable anymore because I used the HDMI cable of the PS5 my homegirl. I lent my the PS5 that my homegirl gave to me, and so I don't have any, and I don't want to go to the living room to get one, because I won't explain why. Okay. So I'm using my drawing tablet as a second monitor. It's not very comfortable because I have to plug like 2 cables in, and plus I have a USB for my mic and another USB for my mouse, and it sucks. And you know what? Oh yeah, right. Wait. Did I not save yesterday? Should probably turn this up. Yeah, okay. Hold on, let me actually check the audio of the stream real quick. Hold on, let me go out. Okay, wait. Let me open YouTube on my phone real quick. Might echo or something, but it's alright. Also, I'm applying, well, this year at least, I'm trying to apply more actively on jobs. Yo, by the way, what is up with the viewers? Who's watching my stuff? Because I remember like this morning, or yeah, it must have been this morning, I peeked my stream real quick and I kind of listened to myself hear and stuff. Like I listened to myself speak and stuff, which meant that I would have like one view on a video since I watched it myself. But I'm looking, and the stream I did yesterday has 12 views. What's going on? For some reason I don't like that. I don't know. Like, this is my corner. Don't look at my stuff. You feel me? Also I love the thumbnail I put in for this stream. It's at my school. but it looks very liminal. What's crazy is that it looks pretty dark, and then you look at the background, and everything looks really bright. I think that was also at the last day too. If I No, I don't think it was at the last day. No, but whatever. Let me listen to the stream real quick. I'm just continuously talking. Seems to be good. Hold on, and if I put you can hear it echoing. Hold on. I mean, yeah, it seems to be good. Yeah, I think it should be good. Maybe I should make it a bit louder. Quacker? I don't know. Yeah, let me just. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. I'll leave that at that. I hate spending time like this. I already used up 8 minutes of the stream. Maybe I will not be streaming for too long, but it's not very pleasant having to do mic tests, and the intro's already taking a fair amount of time. So yeah. Being honest, I have no clue what to talk about. I did put the title as "Please give me money and purpose." That's only because I won't have much to do these upcoming days, weeks, months, since it's the holidays, and I could organize some stuff with friends, but I think a fair amount of them are going to travel too, and I mean, aside from them, it's just hard enough to organize anything at all because I don't even have money to begin with. I was invited to a birthday, and I was I was very eager to go to that birthday, but then but at the back of my mind constantly I was just thinking, okay, how am I gonna get there? Like, because with the train it's like an hour 30 away, and I have to pay for these horrendous. I always go there. I have to pay for these horrendous train tickets, which sometimes go up to like $50 just to go there, not for the, the way back. And it's wild. It's soul sucking. It feels humiliating. It's just insane having to pay this much money to get to somewhere. I remember when I wasn't broke, I was so convinced of myself that I was gonna go to this festival to see some artists that could be cool to see. And ultimately I didn't go because, I mean, technically I had the money. I really had the money. I would have kind of wasted it if I'm being honest, because it was a fair amount of money. But the most budget went, the budget would have mostly went to the train tickets, because the festival tickets were already pretty much like quite a lot. I was willing to go myself. By default, I always think about myself, only about myself, and I always go to places by myself. So, like a solo experience at a I've been here before, haven't I? Quokka? No, I haven't. It's just that, yeah. I just thought it would be cool, but it was just about considering how expensive these train tickets are. I just thought, yeah, maybe next time, or maybe another time. Next time could have been this year, except that I'm super broke, so it's not really possible. So my main, I guess, yeah, my main goal this summer is to just make money, and I have multiple ways of making money, which is through either YouTube or a job, really. I guess the thing is, every option has its advantages and just inconveniences. Which is for the regular job, what would have been useful, like it's like the simplest, the most obvious and the easiest way to get, and the most secure way to make money. However, if you're like me and you have zero experiences in the job market, it's like people just overlook you, especially at my age. I have very little experience in anything professional, really, so it's like in the gutter essentially. Like I'm kind of cooked. Whereas for YouTube, for example, it feels easy, but it's not really, because you can't pinpoint every time what you get money and how much you get money. Because for AdSense, it's like the absolute worst thing ever. Like you get paid crumbs. Like maybe you'll get $100 every couple of few months, and this is only depending on how active your community is. And sometimes for me, since I haven't posted, it took me months to actually get my $100, and it just makes you feel like some dog desperately waiting for its food. Like in such a, it feels pathetic to an extent. Like living off of AdSense, completely impossible. You can't do that. It's horrendous. So, and then on the other hand, then you have things like sponsorships and stuff, and it's not the quickest way. And you like, okay, no, actually, I enjoyed making AdSense stuff and sponsorships, because it feels easy. I mean, you still have to make the video and all that stuff, but it's nice. It's just incredible, because you make a video and they will pay you for the video, and yeah, you just get batches of money, and it's incredible. It feels great to an extent. Because ultimately the thing is, you make money with the things that you love doing. I mean, I think that's the point that is really sells at home, is that you'd get to do things that you always do, except this time you get actually remunerated for it, and it's awesome. Damn, they're really on that puzzle shit. Okay, I hate puzzles. How would I even get? Wait, I can get through here, but oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to maximize both of these things, which are getting a job and trying to work as much as possible on YouTube in order to be able to post something this summer. And that also implies that I wouldn't be able to get my money immediately, because between the time my video gets views, which is also very arbitrary and frankly kind of scary, well, regardless, I will make my money some way, somehow, sometime. And all I gotta do is wait. But I feel like it's gonna es wird sich lohnen. So yeah. Bro, what is this world? We'll see. It's just because okay, but really there's that, but the reason I also want to have a job is that I don't want to spend my whole days just in my room, just rotting in my bed. It's miserable. It's a miserable feeling. Nobody wants to do that. And plus, hold on. Plus, the only times I ever really get oh my god. The only times I really get invited to something I can't do anything about it because I'm broke. I can't do it. I actually can't get invited for real. Is this looping? Okay. This is on some Bowser shit. Okay. Damn it. I literally have a bike. Why do I do this? Damn it. Yeah, I see why I never used the bike. There's a level of authenticity when you just walk. I tend to forget I even have it. Just for this segment, it made it kind of easier. Okay, that being said, where's the next spot I have to go? Should I go down? I think there should be more puzzles in this game. It's actually kind of fun. Makes things a bit more engaging instead of looking at environments, which I also like, of course. It's just that brings out a certain amount of creativity into the game, which is awesome to see from time to time. So yeah, I need money, and there are people I'd be willing to spend money on just to see them. Sounds very romantic, but it's really just my friends, so man, it's scary out here. I went to school today and I made me two new sketchbooks. Cause at the beginning of the year I also made a sketchbook with A3 papers, like sheets of papers that are the size of A3, which have all like various amounts of thickness. And we actually used them for our lessons. Like there were like just spare pieces of paper. But since I didn't use all of them. They were pretty like they would otherwise just linger around. So what I did is that I just cut them in half. No, I folded them and cut them in half, and yeah, I just went ham, I guess. Like I bound them together, and this is such an annoying puzzle, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I did my thing essentially. Jesus. And so it did remind me that this yesterday, or maybe also a bit today, but yesterday I reread the screenplay or whatever you call that of my animation, and safe to say it kind of annoys me to work on this project. And it goes back to this conversation I had with some of my teachers when I was about to present to him what I was going to do with one of the projects that we had, like one of the topics that we have to make a project on. I fucking hate this. Okay. And he told me that if there's like, it seems that I have a fair amount of ideas, but I don't know how to execute them, and I don't really do. I only think. And it's been like, what, 2 months since I've started the screenwriting, and technically speaking, the only thing I've really done was make a storyboard, which isn't even done yet. And I really have to get to this point where I just have to finish this damn thing. This is pretty. I just have to finish this damn project. Just do it as quickly as possible. At this point, I should stop caring about aura farming and how well it's gonna look with some shit like that. It truly in the grand scheme of things, does not matter at all. And I know I've been gone. I guess I want this temporary hype moment where I come back from a, I don't know, from a training arc in a much better style and much more skill or some shit. But no, bro. Just no. I feel like if I'm gonna interact with this TV, some bullshit's gonna happen. Fuck. Should I? Why does it scare me? Okay, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting out. I should stop being focused about making the possibly best thing I can do. Especially considering I haven't animated anything in so long in a regular manner as well. I made one small animation for somebody in my class. No, not my class, but in my school year. By the way, like, he did come to my DMs and all that stuff, and he didn't even really give me any compensation. Not that I expected any, but it's kind of like courtesy, you know? It's not easy to make animation, even if it's very short. It's still not easy to make animation, but nevertheless, I made it, and I made that animation, and I swear I was struggling. Like, this wasn't simple to do. And ultimately, there's no ultimately, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it just simply comes back to the fact that to the idea that I just shouldn't, okay, I shouldn't put this much pressure on me. I should stop caring on whether it looks good. Where the fuck am I? I don't even like this world. Okay. Wow, okay. So, I suppose I'm gonna grind this stuff. I wanna be done by, say, we're the 26th of May. Let me check the calendar real quick. So, okay, looking at the calendar, I just wanna be fully busy during the month of June. Obviously, I also wanna go out and stuff. The most optimal, but also, which is also a peril, would be if I was unemployed and I just worked on this animation full time, so that it gets done as quick as possible. But obviously, the more intelligent thing to do would be to finish. To work on this animation and also work a job at the same time, so I can make like double the amount of money. But it's very burnout-ish, isn't it? Because I'm not a huge worker. Why do I not like the border of this world? This shit ain't easy. I was about to tell myself, yeah, I should have worked more in the middle of the year, but I don't know. I wasn't really. I don't think I would have been able to do that. Maybe it is possible, probably. But I was also in a constant battle of whether I actually enjoyed drawing or not. And nowadays, I can really only do it casually. If you tell me to study the anatomy of a human body, of a male adult or female adult, fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, I think I've been done with this. It's all grinding drawing stuff. And I feel like maybe it will come back eventually. It's just that I'm not in the mood to do that. It doesn't interest me. I don't care if my drawings look like shit. I don't know. I don't care if my drawings look, I guess, inadequate enough for my projects or a certain production that I'll probably be making. Maybe eventually I will get pressured into making animation. No, I'll be pressured into studying stuff. But respectfully, as it stands right now, I can't do that. It's just too tiresome. It doesn't motivate me. It doesn't inspire me. And I've been past this, simply speaking. This is a pretty world, by the way. I don't wanna deal with that. I'm sorry, but I can't. Ah, awesome. Okay. Yeah, no. And this whole pressure, it doesn't even come from people I know in real life or anything. This is pressure that I've kind of festered up in me through socials. Because the idea of posting mid terrifies me. Like, it used to terrify me so much that I would just outright refuse to post, let alone draw, for a fair amount of time. Until I would stop getting this weird burnout fear combination, and I would post something, and I would try to post a bit more regularly, except that when I would post regularly, it would be from drawings it would be from drawings that I put a lot of effort into, you know. And this is not sustainable. Like, for me, it's not sustainable. I'm not a natural worker. I'm not a workaholic. It really depends sometimes when I'm. It really depends. I'm working on something specifically, and I just get into the zone where I constantly think only about that, and I get done, and then I feel burnt out. And in other cases, I tell myself, "Oh man, I have to work on this thing." And I would just postpone it to death. I'll just procrastinate. Yeah, I would just procrastinate it on for like a good amount of time. So, yeah. I feel like in that regard, just let me do my thing. And I maybe I've gotten to a point where I stopped caring less about social media. Maybe in the back of my mind it still has a certain significance to me, since I'm still holding myself back to an extent, which, like, meaning me trying to work on this project and trying to make it become the absolute best thing ever, although it's not very sustainable to me. I feel like I've been in here, yeah. Let me go back. It's like I'm walking backwards somewhere. That's probably... I was here yesterday, okay. You have Eve right there? Okay. No, actually, let me go back. Or should I go to Eve? Huh. I just want to get it done. This thing looks sort of scary. Okay. I'm hearing weird sounds from neighbors, probably. Just sounds very weird. Can't even tell what the sound even is. Not sure if it comes from my room. I don't know. It's a very strange sound. Could also be like an insect, but very weird sound. That's a new one. Okay. It did stop, so I guess, and I hope it's fine. I did go through there, didn't I? No, I did not. I certainly did not. Okay. Please give me money and purpose. I just need money, man. Ooh, give me money. I need money. Talking so ooh. That was kind of cool. Talking very desperately, as if I'm about to do some crazy shit, like I'm about to start nowhere to get some money, but nah, of course not. I feel like everybody in this is in this precarity. Even a girl in my class who tried to get a job at McDonald's didn't get accepted. Know how humiliating that is? To not get accepted at McDonald's, even though they tell you that you don't need any particular experience, any particular prior experience to get there. They actually won't let you get a job at McDonald's. They're just like, you're such a piece of shit that they just tell you no, this is a pretty world. What kind of shit is that? Oh. This felt like an interlude, I kind of like that. But to be honest, I don't feel like I'm a fan of this kind of dichotomy between, I hate the word dichotomy because of this one performative guy that made that video where he said like, yeah, I give off this kind of tough guy persona, and then I get home and listen to Boy Genius and cry in the shower and something. Then he went like, the dichotomy is crazy. Dichotomy is a good word. I like that word actually. Just, it came out of the mouth of the worst person imaginable. So you just kind of have to accept that the word kind of sucks dick now. So it'd be like that. What is this? Huh. Okay. I want money. I think I was talking about something else earlier, but I just got distracted. Do you know what? Is it okay? So yeah. Looks like a train station. Okay, maybe it's not a train station. I like the art style change. There's something about it that looks very charming. It's not really Earthbound like, maybe SNES like. I'm not sure what style this is inspired from, but I really like it. Maybe it is something SNES-esque. Oh, I won't touch that. As I said, I have nothing to talk about. I do have some stuff in my mind right now. Not sure if I should talk about it, but it's kind of in relation of this kind of crush I had yesterday, and what it reminds me of is, I think I talked about it in one of my streams that I archived now. I think since you can't hear anything because of the weird mic bug, but essentially there's this other girl in my class that was overhearing us, and I was basically talking about how the girl I talked about yesterday, like, we sent each other 6-7 videos, like some fucking children, like some idiots, and obviously she tried to provoke me or something, or try to rage bait me and get me flustered. That's crazy. I've been playing this game for a bit now. Like, I didn't expect to actually get an effect. It's always so unexpected. It's actually incredible. Wow. Her walk is beautiful. It's like she tried to rage bait me or something, and then she said like, "Oh, you guys sent each other things. Oh, are you sure it's not 6-7s but 6-9s and stuff?" And I thought it was kind of crazy. And it feels like, and it's crazy too that we are, I feel like sometimes I don't like talking about looks and stuff, but when it comes to me imagining myself in a relationship or something, I just end up associating the notion of being in a relationship and looks. So when I'm being put into the slide, it's like, huh. So you don't consider looks enough. You don't really consider looks in the end, that you are capable of telling me such a joke. Because I don't think she wouldn't just, like, I feel like if she found me, and if she did, like, if she found me chopped, or if she put emphasis on looks to begin with, she would have probably said that. Like, she probably wouldn't have said that. And that doesn't mean that I don't, like, even though I did just say that I put a lot of emphasis on looks, it doesn't really mean that I devalue myself. It's kind of like how I see the truth, quote unquote, how I see things my way, and why I'm not being approached neither, which is also fine because I don't really care about being approached or being in a relationship or some stuff like that. Like, this ain't for me, you know. Just interesting to see that I can, regardless, I can still be put into these kinds of contexts, especially with somebody who was like way better looking than me, you know. And that's a fucked up mentality, but no, it's I don't like this thing of comparing looks between people, because I don't know, yeah, it creates a weird thing where it's like people essentially imply that somebody shouldn't be together with the other person only, like, exclusively because the other person is prettier than them. It's a weird mentality to have, frankly speaking. That's why this game can see anything. Like, you can't find anything in this game. This is really an infinite game. You missed that. I love this. Can I take a screenshot? Please let me take a screenshot. This is so crazy. Like, they're being stingy. I swear to God, bro. Come on. Let me leave it at that. You know what that also implies? That I might have a chance. Oh. Is this... Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't... Yeah, okay. But really, if I really think about it, I don't think I would even have any... Like, the thing is, I just simply don't care about relationships, but I also don't mind them, you know? Obviously, there are conditions to our well-being and the reason as to why they want to be in a relationship and blah, 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 you know? In order for things to be as sustainable as they get. Though, I just, from a baseline, I don't care. It doesn't really make, like, I don't wake up thinking, man, I should be with a girl right now, you know. And also, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe, like, it might, like, I don't care, but it would probably be cool to get a bit closer with somebody. Oh, this is rage bait right there. Oh, there's no way. What? Oh, dope. I was also told that maybe, like, I was told that there are chances that I might have gotten hit. Like, no, we had a discussion, same group of friends. We had a discussion one time about whether we have been hit on and or people have confessed to us and stuff. And I said like, yeah, no, obviously not. Well, I didn't say obviously not, but I just simply said no. Yeah, I didn't really care about. No, I'm not sure what I want to say again. But yeah, just essentially people told me and thought that I was essentially like there were probably chances that I was getting hit on, and I didn't notice or something like that. And really, the thing is, I'm so tapped out, so disconnected from anything related to relationships that I don't consider things like these to be even possible. I don't think I don't have crazy looks. Like, I look insanely average, and I have a lazy eye. Maybe like kind of below average. I can't have swag, but I don't have from a face, like from the face on. I don't look crazy. I don't know. So it makes me question the perception I have on myself and whether I should probably respect myself a little more, even if not being in a relationship doesn't bother me. Yeah, I should like my looks more. Being in the gym helped too, but in the end, it didn't really make me think that looks matter the absolute most or something like that. It never really mattered to me. But seeing myself looking slightly better after going to the gym for a couple months did make me kind of happy and satisfied. And sometimes I got to look in the mirror and be like, damn, bro, I look hot as shit. And I could flex my muscles that grew like for just a tad bit, but still grew, you know? So I was still very happy. I need money. Stupid rural people. I still don't know how to call these people. I'm still not sure if it's rural. Like there's a term. It's like a common word. I forgot what it's called. So I'm just calling it rural. But yeah, either way, stupid rural people. Why do you have to live so far away? I wanna see you like every day, bro. One thing I also gotta think about is it would actually make me upset when she would go, well, upset. I'm over exaggerating, but I guess things to extent it made me feel a certain way when she would have to go a bit early, like for I don't know, like for practices or something like that, like for extracurricular stuff, and I would have to say bye and stuff. Even though I thought, oh, it's a shame that this time needs to end and you have to go to your thing and you can't really yap about bullshit right now. Or just be in silence and have each other's presence. Because it's pretty comforting, it feels awesome, it feels nice, it feels comfortable being with you, you know? I probably wouldn't admit saying that. feels a bit too romantic, if I'm being honest. It's not my goal. Just that you are a very comfortable person to be around with. Um, There were also times where there was one time I was actually supposed to work on a drawing, but she was about to head out. It was one of the few days, the few times she actually stayed a bit later at school. And I was actually supposed to work on a drawing, except that for some reason, well, that's not so for some reason. She was ready to head out, and I said, "Oh, you're about to head out? Yeah, let me pack my shit too." And then walked home together up to the train station. And I was pretty tired. I didn't have much to say. I cracked some, like I said, some stuff. Maybe cracked some, I guess, contextual jokes or something, like a stand-up comedian. Making jokes in a certain context is the best thing ever. Bonus points if it's sarcastic. I'm realizing I'm not that crazy with sarcasm, but I always love a bit of sarcasm. That's really my humor, even if I'm not doing it all that much. But yeah, either way, yeah, and I also thinking about the fact that we walked home together. I remembered something that she said, which was like, this is like, I think she said something along the lines of, "Hey, we're having like a date right now." And I'm not sure, I think I purposefully responded in kind of a pessimistic way. I'm not sure what I responded, but having somebody tell you that is very interesting. Obviously, she saw it from a platonic way. I just find it interesting still, having somebody tell you that. Really goes to show how much has changed in my life, at least. I feel like for someone like me a year ago, this would have been unimaginable to hear at all. So I feel grateful for my life right now. Also thought about this morning about my stream from yesterday and the things I talked about. I kinda not really realized, but I have this feeling that past year, that year that we just passed, this year, the school year, these 2 semesters, felt like what I should have had in my teen years. This was a thought from time to time in during this year, but this really felt like some lost time that I caught up to again as a young adult, like lost teenage years that I caught up to again as an adult, really. Because from from all the stuff we did, the time we spent together, the discussions that we had, the small conflicts, the fact that I fucking invited nearly almost every one of my classmates to my home, like all these things really makes me think like, wow, this is incredible. Like, I really got to do that. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? The fuck is this? Wait. Chance to go to train station. 20% upon map entry. Okay. I have no... Oh, these are like... some sort of portals. The only one I saw was the statue and the Grey Road thing. Okay. This is stupid. I have no clue where I am now. The thing is, it's not like there's like loading screens, so I never know where I actually end up. Never mind. Only took 5 bajillion years, but I guess here we are. This is pretty. I also want to say tend to talk about dates as if like, since like I see dates also as platonic. Like I like to tell somebody, yeah, we're doing a like one thing we've been wanting to do is like a drawing date, and like it's really nothing serious really when I really think about it. But again, like sometimes I think about it like while we're walking home, and I'm thinking about myself like I kind of get why she said it, and I'm also wondering. I would love to ask her, but that would be like a self-report, you know, being like, oh, why are you asking? Oh, do you have a crush on me? You know, and I want. Oh, I don't really. Oh fuck. I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. So, you know. God, this kind of scared me. I really have. I'm having goosebumps right now. This is so scary. I don't know why. The hell? Oh. Interesting. I do like the music, for being honest. I'll save this. Yeah. And then she did her usual laugh after whatever I said. I said something like, I guess, on some edgy anime character or something. I wish I knew what I said again. To be fair though, it was like one instance. I don't blame if... I wouldn't blame people if they had a crush on her. She is pretty charming after all. People don't really have the vision though. Just saying. Like, no, I think you would have to interact with her more to really have the vision. And I talk about her a lot. I actually think about her too a lot, but just can't seem to be like, yeah, I want to be with her, you know. I don't think I would mind, but that would also imply that I wouldn't with actual advances into wanting to be in a relationship, you know. And she isn't the type to confess to anyone either, so it'd be like on some stalemate shit. Except not really, because it's like, for me it's like, why not? And in her case it's why not as well, so neither of us would be doing anything. And that's to wonder, that's also to raise the question of, is she even interested in me? Or is she even interested in me enough to tell herself, yeah, why not, instead of being like, oh fuck no, I only see each other as friends, and I hate that you ruined this for us. I feel like having a crush on a friend, like this is the consensus that a fair amount of people have. I'm basing myself on social media, which is that people think that having a crush on your friend ruins their relationship or something that they had. And to an extent, I kind of get where they come from, but I also think, shouldn't it be this way? Shouldn't it be this way? Because you get to know somebody, obviously you become friends, and maybe at some point you just grow a certain way. That and some I didn't want to do that actually. Wow, I thought, okay. You just get to a point where maybe one person goes, oh man, this is like she's actually, like, I actually want to be with her, like a bit closer, you know. Fuck. So I don't really get this consensus. I don't get it. I don't get why people think having a crush on somebody can ruin something. I don't get it fully, let's say. Because I think it really depends on the person too. Because if you're like somebody who tried to barely knows, like if you're the type to weep over the friend zone, that's a you issue. Like I'm not sure what to tell you, but whining about something like this is kind of pathetic. Like she took her choice. She don't like you like that, and that's what it is. Like you can't do anything about that. What the? Okay. Seriously, I've never understood this. It also kind of implies that you're kind of it implies that you inherently have the possession of people. So the moment somebody you're in possession with girls rather, but and so the time you don't get what you want, it has to be for some reason. It has to be for something specific. It has to be the friend zone. Maybe she just doesn't like you, bro. It can't be that simple. Maybe she doesn't like you that way. But since y'all have been friends, she doesn't want to get rid of the friendship neither. Like, isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of bizarre? To think this way, like to think the way other people think. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's what I think. That's the opinion that I have about this. Please, I can't even talk anymore. Okay, I'm getting tired, respectfully. It's a very yappish stream today. It's always a yap fest. I have streamed for an hour now. Okay. This word is interesting, I will say. Now it's getting even more interesting. Okay, I can head nowhere, so I don't know why there's this basement section anyway. Could have been a bit interesting. Or maybe I'll need an effect or something, but there's nothing I can do, it appears. And you know what? That's perfectly okay. Wait. I see. Mm-hmm. It was really real life people beefing with a guy with all seriousness decided to name himself Chud the Builder. And I know he has a very negative platform and he shouldn't be endorsed whatsoever. But I also can't help the fact that there's niggas who argued with a grown man who called himself Chud the Builder. And now he's in, I don't know, like custody and prison. That there was like whole process, I don't know what to call it. But I just find it fucking crazy. Really, bro? Chud the Builder? This is the guy that has ruined your day today. He's a piece of shit. I get why people's days would be ruined. Like, he would just spew racist stuff out of nowhere. saying this chimping out shit. It was disrespectful, uncalled for, just weird overall, and really lame. Like I didn't like it whatsoever. Obviously, because it was just truly racist. Like his whole content would be to just to, I can't call it rage bait, but just go up to people, minorities, and insult them for who they are. Should stop doing that. Can you hear me well? Seems like it, because I'm very close to the mic and kind of leaning back in my chair, which means I might have to talk a bit louder. But hey, it is what it is. Love is very complicated. I didn't know that. Still thinking about the conversation I had with the other girl about who has what crush or some shit, and the girl she tried to hook up with one of her friends and stuff. Yeah, it is complicated. Love really is complicated. I always kind of saw it in a fairly normal way. Unconventional, probably. Can't talk anymore, I'm getting tired. I had nothing insightful to talk about this stream. How sad. This shit is some rage bait. Would have loved interacting with whatever next to it is, but maybe I'll try getting here too, but hey man, God knows. Probably fall asleep. Apologies, nothing insightful to talk about. Nothing interesting, nothing great. I do keep replaying the, oh, it's like we're having a date right now moment. As we were walking home, she kind of said that out of nowhere, more or less. It does feel satisfying to have somebody tell you that. And keeping it in memory, awesome. Already is a whole labyrinth. I see. every time I kind of stop and I just face the mirror, that's because I'm thinking there's a pathway. And I send it to the, oh, it seems like a date girl that you know what, I don't even know what I tried to say. Let me just wake up. These kinds of things always happen. It's just that right now I feel so tired, like I really have to sleep. Yay. I feel like I didn't save yesterday, did I? It's kind of funny. I didn't do much progress, so 43 minutes of gameplay. Ooh. $14 hours of gameplay? Goodness. Time slept 32 days. Steps taken 126,668. I don't know, okay. Oh yeah, the wallpapers. I was about to sleep. About to fall asleep. So I feel like a senior, like some old person when it comes to that. Ooh. Okay. God. Yeah, I need to sleep. Yeah, let me so safe. I want to go through the wallpapers, but I thought there were any new ones, but no, I feel tired. Okay. I will never make a yume key. What's a tumber? I don't know. I don't know what I'm on. Let me end it here. Fuck.